gotta have conversations, and every choice it counts. You gotta make the right decisions. You know, I made bad decisions early when I was in my 20s. Was around the wrong people. I didn't know any better. That's all I knew. So, but then you get in your 30s, you know better, so you do better. You get in your 40s, you change. It's a constant progress. So you got to make good choices and make solid, good relationship with good people. The difference between successful people and others is not the lack of strength, but lack of knowledge and the lack of will. And he's a famous football coach. Vince Lombardi said that. It's frozen. Yes. Task.
Yes.
It's done. You guys got any questions? Want to try to figure this out?
Do you give the agent, the real estate agent course, or you just hiring them once they take the class and get their license?
No, I don't do the course. You go down to like Long and Foster does courses, Wyker does courses.
Okay.
There's courses online, but no, I don't actually teach a course.
Okay.
It's that.
Oh, it's not. But the agents we have here, what we do is we teach them on how to build relationships with investors.
Okay.
And because most investors today, you know, they're buying anywhere from 3 to 7 to 10 properties a year, right? So, whereas if you build a good relationship with these guys, you know, they're gonna tell other people about you. So you're a good agent. You know what you're doing. You know how to cater to them.
Right.
All right. See, these are some of the must-have tools and resources that you got to have in order to do your due diligence and look at properties and things of that nature. So, you know, this is a process that we use ourselves when we're looking at properties on a regular basis. We have it, the MRIS. You heard of the MRIS? Mm-hmm. You know, most people do not use the MRIS properly. The MRIS is very powerful, and they are actually getting better and better at it. They just added more information about short sales and foreclosures and auctions. You can actually customize your own listings. I mean, there's a lot of things there, and you can automate it. So if you have like 5 or 6 buyers, and you have the criteria, you can even have that automatically sent to them on a regular basis. So that's a very powerful tool, especially if you're trying to figure out if this is the property that you want to buy, to go in and do your comparables and to look at what was active, how long it was active, when did it sell, you know, why did it sell at that price, how much did they give up, was it renovated, was it rehabbed, did it have air conditioning, did it have a driveway, did it have a 2-car garage. You want to look at all these things so you can do a comparable, right? The square footage, did it have oil tank as heat, did it have electric, did it have gas, all these things matter. So the MRIS tool is a very powerful tool. And the other thing is basically the simple thing is a pen and a pencil. Okay? So I've been writing basically for years. I write everything down. So even last night I write stuff down. So, you know.
Excuse me, Sid, you skipped a slide.
I did?
Yeah, because that one is for people who.
Oh, so here's some resources. Here's some other tools and resources that you guys can use. These are free tools and free resources. So serving DC and Maryland. Maryland is actually spelled out. It's MARLAND.com. Serving DC and Maryland.com it's connected to the MRIS, so you can actually go in there and look at properties. You can actually create an account, and you can actually save properties to your account. And then if anything changes, it'll send you reminders and alerts and things like that as well. And it's real time, it updates every midnight. Maryland, serving Maryland, DC, .com. Also the social media. One of the things that we have is we created videos and training on how to set up your social media, from your Facebook to your Twitter to your LinkedIn to your YouTube. So that's something that we'll give you guys as well. You know, with that, social media is a very powerful thing. It's just getting more and more powerful. So you got to have a presence on it, because people, the first thing they're going to do is they're going to look you up. Who's Chris? You know, what's his background? What, you know, why should I deal with them? So they want to look you. They look at your background, your credibility, who you linked with, who you work with. So we'll show you guys on how to set up your Craigslist account, so you can go out and put ads on Craigslist, looking for buyers, looking for sellers, looking for private money, looking for investors to do equity positioning with you guys, like JV. So there's different ways to use Craigslist to even put on jobs on there for your contractor, for your plumbers, for your electricians, for your HVAC. And also places in there where you can use for your handyman services. So once you do buy a couple rental properties and you need somebody to come out and fix that water heater or replace that ceiling fan, you can use Craigslist in a proper manner to be able to get qualified contractors out there as well. Same thing with LinkedIn. If you guys use LinkedIn properly, you can raise all the money you want. LinkedIn is a very powerful tool if you want to raise capital. Okay? Most people on LinkedIn are professionals. Most people on LinkedIn, based on their information, make at least $100,000 or more. So the thing about LinkedIn is, if you got to use it, you got to be consistent with it. And you can raise the money, but you have to tell your story. Why should I give you $100,000? Who are you? What are you going to do with the money? How are you going to spend it? Where are you going to invest it? When am I going to get it back? What are the terms? What's the fees? So all these things you guys have to figure out before you start posting stuff out there. Because you don't want to start posting bad stuff out there, because then you'll get blacklisted. So social media is good, but it's also bad too if you don't use it properly. So here's another one called Zoho.com. Zoho.com is a free CRM type of database where you can put your phone numbers, your client's emails, you can put notations about the client, and that will actually sync to your smartphones as well. So and they have a basic version, then they have a premium version, but the basic version is fine. You know, if you got like 500 users or less, 500 clients or less. One of the big ones I missed out was on YouTube. Now, we all know YouTube is taking off. Videos is everything now. People are making videos for everything. So you could have your own professional bio, your own professional video on YouTube. Like introduction, hi, my name is Chris, this is my background, this is what I do. That'll be your resume, right? So these technologies, these tools, you have to use them properly. You gotta use them properly. And we'll show you guys on how to do those and utilize those tools. And also we have a deal analyzer. This deal analyzer will assist you with deals. So the deal analyzer, it's already got the formulas and the numbers already put in. So if you buy something for 100, you put in 100,000. Let's say these 20,000 repairs, you put in 20,000, and then you hit enter. It'll tell you how much your insurance is going to be, how much your taxes are going to be, how much your payments are going to be. It's also going to tell you what your LTV is, loan to value ratio as well. So this deal analyzer will save you time, because when you do go for funding, when you go and ask somebody for money, they're going to want to know, you know, show me your deal analyzer. So show me your numbers. What's your LTV? How much cash you're going to pull out of this house? How much repairs you're going to put in this house? How long is it going to take you? Do you have contractors? Do you have a team? Who's going to do the property management for you? So all these things have to be answered, and you got to have a team in order for you to be able to show a professional portfolio so you can get the right capital. Oh, so this slide, basically this talks about a pen and a pencil. This is one of the biggest free tool and the resource is a pen and a pencil.
And a paper.
And what you paper. Because you know, in Pakistan, when I was there, we had those clay
Yeah, clay tablets.
Slates and chalks. That's what we had.
Okay.
When I was there. So when I came here, we actually had paper and pens. So that was like a huge thing for me because as a kid, you know, when you're in elementary school, you know, your vision and your images and your mind is everything, what you see in your brain. So they say if you're really creative when you're young, but you got to be able to get it out. And with the pen and the paper, you know, you're able to draw, you're able to express yourself, you're able to see the vision, you're able to see, okay, if I do this, it's going to have a consequences here. If I do this, it's going to have a consequence. So you can always plan out your whole vision. You can plan out your goals and things like that. So it's a very important document. And, you know, once I was able to read and write, and then it started making more sense to other people. But I've been writing my plan and my vision, my goals for years. Then I go back and I update stuff. So what I do is, I got a red pen, I got a black pen that I write with, then I go back with a red pen, and then I update it with, then I complete this, or where am I with this task, or what's happening here, right? So, I mean, it's a simple trick, but it really works. And it's basic, but sometimes basics is everything. We make it complicated. We make, oh, we gotta have a tablet, we gotta have a MacBook, we gotta have a, you don't need all that. Long as you have the confidence and the knowledge and the information and you're able to deliver it with ethics and quality and trust, people do business with you. Bottom line. You don't need all this fancy. I only got 2 suits. I got this one and another one. How many suits I got?
2. Okay.
I wear different ties. You know? But if I didn't tell you, you would have known.
I mean, it is a fresh suit. I thought you had like 3 suits that look exactly the same. Okay.
But anyway, look, I come from Pakistan. My family, we lived in the hills of Pakistan, man. You know, I came to this country in 1975. I was unable to write or English or read. You know, I lived in a country, you know, where there was no, I had no social security number. You know, you guys are born with this stuff. I mean, that's like a gift. That's a gift. The fact that you guys are born in one of the richest countries. To me, I'm living my dream. This is a dream come true for me. To be able to come from there, to be able to stand here. You know, and I didn't finish high school. I got my GED after 10th grade. So I know what it's like to be there and to be where I'm at now. It's hard work. It's writing stuff down. It's about being consistent and having a vision, but being around the right people, because I can't do it by myself. Gotta have a team. I've had thousands of coaches and hundreds of different coaches. You have to have a coach, because when you're at this level, you're trying to get to this level. And everybody's pulling you down because they don't want you to leave that bucket. It's like crabs. Right? They don't want you to start having a little bit of success. They're like, oh man, look, he's driving a new car. Next you know, they're hating on you for some reason.
Shut up.
Right? So you got to get the right kind of people that's going to pull you out of the bucket to show you a different area and different lifestyle and different way of being. And it's all in our minds. We control a lot of this stuff. So we just got to sometimes change our attitudes and change our behaviors in terms of what God has actually given us. And be thankful for what you have. And work with what you got. We ain't got everything, but you got enough. You just got to use it and work with it.
Are you in a position to be a mentor right now?
Well, I'm only taking 3 people for this month of February. You know, and then we will talk about that. Well, I'm gonna give you guys a homework challenge. All right? No, seriously.
This serious. What is it?
Right there.
Okay.
So this right here, this is the type of stuff we're gonna do in the mentor class, where it's about you thinking, it's about you analyzing, it's about you becoming clear. It's about you becoming focused. And it's about you holding you guys accountable for your action and holding you accountable with your time. Because the bottom line is we all got the same 24 hours in a day. All of us. It's how we use our time and what we do with our time that sets us apart. So we all got, and we dress the same. We got 2 legs, 2 arms, most of us. But the bottom line is, you know, is what we do with it. All right, so things to do. Right? What?
I'm waiting for you because I see you said 4 sections, but I see 5 bullets. So I'm just waiting for you. So,
all right, so take a paper and then do that. Fold it up, and then in one section, you're going to write down things to do.
Open it back up?
No, on one corner. On one corner. Take it like this.
Put things to do and things not to do in the same.
So on this corner, write things to do. And on this other corner right here, write things not to do. Okay. And then on another corner, write resources. And in the other corner, write down, you know, your why. Like, why? What is your why? Everybody has a why. Why are you doing this? And what is your purpose?
The same corner.
Hmm?
In the same corner, right? What's your story?
Yeah, and then the same
Under
corner, in the same corner underneath it, write down, like what is your story? Like, what have you been telling yourself? I don't have enough money. I don't have this. I don't have good credit. I don't have knowledge. What are your story? What have you been feeding yourself? What have you been telling yourself? So then just take a minute and then fill out, like go to your resources and think about your resources that you currently have. So under resources, write down all the resources that come to mind, top of mind, that you currently, like your uncle, your mom, your friend. You may know somebody at a bank. You may already know certain investors. You may already know certain buyers. You know, who are the resources that you already have? You have computers, you got a laptop, you got internet, you can read, you can write, you got two arms, 2 legs. I mean, write down your resources. Every time it's just like that, get frozen. Which button you hit?
I hit activated 8.
Okay, so take another minute, and then where it says things to do. Like, what are the things that you have to do to get started? What are the things you have to do to get started? Oh, Tasha. Okay, so in the rest of things, write down your why. So take a minute to write down, why. Why you
And then each section.
here?
you
Like
just put
my why is my twin brother.
things to do,
He's
things
sick.
not to do.
He's in Canada. And he's been sick for about 17 years. So, I want to take care of him. So that's my biggest why. Everybody's got a why. Focus on one of the.
Each section there.
Yeah. So you can write down, like resources. You can write down, okay, things to do here.
Right.
Write down things not to do here. Write the resources there. Then you write down what.
It's like 5 and 4 sections there.
Okay. You gotta fix that.
Yeah, everybody said that too.
I'm still learning how to write. That's my excuse. What's yours? And there's no right or wrong. It's just whatever. Just write down. And this is for your own personal, customized blueprint. This is your own thing. We're gonna give it another minute. You gotta get a little bit. I'm gonna keep moving. All right, so look, just take a second to review your resources. Just take a second to review like the resources you guys wrote down. Are you surprised at those resources? Did you always know that they were there? Have you ever really looked at them as a resource?
I mean, passively.
Right. Right. So, and the thing is, you never know what people are going to say until you put an opportunity for them. Right. So then, if you look at things to do, right. So, what are the things that you wrote down that sticks out that you got to do? What's one of the things you wrote down?
Be more active on social media.
Okay.
That's one thing.
What's one thing you wrote down?
Build a team,
Build a team.
talk to more people, tell them what I do.
Okay. Did you write down anything?
Yeah, under things to do, stop procrastination for me, and build a network.
And then things not to do. What's one thing that came to mind? Like, I gotta stop doing this. If I want that, I gotta stop doing this to get there.
Give up.
Sleeping more.
What'd you write down?
Give up.
Stop giving up. Right.
Stop all procrastination.
And then your why. What is? I mean, everybody's got a purpose. God doesn't make time to make nobody. Right? Everybody's got a purpose. So what is your biggest why? Why do you want this? What's your reasoning behind this? It's a much deeper thought, but I mean, why do you really want this?
for me, I just have a passion for real estate investing. It's from high school on. And I'm in my 50s, so it's always I've had that love. So for me, it's a passion. And plus, I have want to leave something that we can be rich and we can be wealthy. I want to be on the wealthy side. So I want to go past. I want to leave a generation. So what's developed, I want to develop on down to my kids, their kids. So
Like leave a legacy.
leave a legacy. Right, absolutely right.
Right. Okay. You want to share your why?
Well, it's still kind of, I guess, hedonistic. I want a vacation more. I have people, friends saying, come visit me, let's go do this and that. And I said, well, I gotta work.
Right.
And I can take vacation time bit by bit, but that cuts into the lump of vacation I get that I want to spend, 2 or 3 weeks away somewhere. So before I could just take time off of work without pay.
Right.
I don't like that. I don't like the without pay portion.
Right.
But you had that option, though.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Fortunately.
Some people don't even have that option.
Yeah.
This time, you gone.
Yeah. But you want to.
I mean, that's just one aspect of it. Like, I do want to have money for, in the future. Like, if I just want to do something like, purchase that, I'm like, oh, that rundown house looks nice. No one else is touching it. They think it's a cash pit, but if you have enough money to sink into it,
Yeah.
you can. What did the guy call it at the restaurant? Joe. He said something about appreciating the value.
Appreciation of value.
Appreciation of value. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
Like if it's worth it in a certain
Yeah.
neighborhood, no one wants to touch it. Yeah,
Right.
little stuff like that. Like I want to be able to just go and do. That's like my main thing.
Yeah,
I keep
go
saying
and
that
do.
to myself all the time.
Oh, good. Good. And yours?
Because one, I don't want to work for anybody else. I want to vacation and spend time with my family and just have financial freedom. Like, don't have to worry about bills and stuff when I want to take vacation.
Yeah. The number one thing in the world, not just the U.S., the most scary thing right now that everybody, this has been going on for hundreds of years, is people getting older when they're 70 and 80 and they run out of money and food. Nobody wants to be 70, 80 years old to run out of money and food. That's the biggest fear across the board, right? So what we're talking about today is basically, everything is possible. Everything is possible. It's really thinking bigger. The sooner you think big, the sooner you start getting some wealth. You really got to take your mind to the next level. It's like putting in the next gear. And you just got to do it. I mean, the days and the weeks and the months and the years, they going by. I had to go to the eye doctor. Just that dude told me I got to get glasses. So the older we get, we're going to get more things wrong with us. We don't take care of ourselves. And the money is nothing but it's a man-made product. It's just the money. The dollar bills is made by a man. It's made by machines. It's a man-made product. But the money gives us access to the vacations, and to the hotels, and to the cruise ships, and to the freedom. Money is just an access that allows us to live and dress and eat what we want to do. I want that, here's $1,000. I want that, here's $500. It's just access. So you got to be able to say, okay, well, what skills and talent do I have now, currently, that I could use to start to open up a new life, to go that direction? Because, I was 10, I was 20, I was 30, I was 40. I'm going on 50, 60, 70. So I don't want to be the 80-year-old man without any money or food. But I'm heading that way, though. He wants to leave a legacy. He's already 50. So you got to start. You got to start. The sooner you, and it ain't no right or wrong. And you're not going to know everything. I don't know everything. But I got people that know other things that I don't know, and I can say, look, I need this done. Or I need you to look into this. gotta have a team. You gotta have resources. And most of us with the Google, I mean, Google is one of the biggest resources out there. You can put anything in there, it'll come up in any language. So that's our biggest resource. You know, years ago when I started getting this business, the internet wasn't really around. I had to go down to the courthouse and look at to see which people died, the probates,